that means
We get a logo.
CSN.
All right, now.
Who's going to win the loading war? That's my question.
Oh,
We dominated. I saw that.
did you?
We totally won.
Let's do some player intros. In the pink, playing as the Zerg in the 3 o'clock position, we have NMX, Noxn. And in the red, for Team Quantic, he is... So we saw Forge Fast Expand both the prior games. And Metalopolis is a game that you can Forge Fast Expand on, but it's actually a much harder map to Forge Fast Expand on. Looks like Awe is going to do it anyway. And this is actually a map that if a Protoss Forge Fast expands against me on, I just all in them. Like I think it's way too hard. Like unless they're really
Especially
committed.
with the Overlord in this early, you see it all day long. It's not a question.
Yeah, unless Awe decides to throw down like 4 cannons to cover this wide open natural, or more cannons. If I decide to delay my all in and get extra roaches, then I'm just gonna kill them. Like there really isn't any question in my mind. We've only seen macro play out of Noxn though. Oh, but look at this, gas first. So this is the first map where we've seen, you know, gas before pool out of Noxn. So this could be a signal. This is 14. Actually, no. That was not 14-14. That was 14-13. So that is a very early pool in this matchup.
All right. Could Noxn be making a play here?
I don't know. I mean, if you're going to make one, this is the map to do it on against an FFE player. And Noxn knows this is going to be an FFE. In fact, this is actually going to be Nexus first. So
like the last round, right? It was the intent is FFE, but then when you after you scout,
after you scout, you decide to go Nexus first. And I think that was the wrong decision out of Awe. I think that he's going to get punished for this. Yeah, I mean the Forge is so late. All of his, you know, like his gateway is gonna be a little bit later going for this.
And right about now is when the drone would be coming down to the natural expansion of the Zerg base, right?
I think that Noxn probably will send the drone down. She actually just got enough. Yep, there goes the drone. The Lings are gonna come out. The pylon's gonna go down. And these Lings are basically. They're basically going to tell, oh, I think I would have killed that.
Yeah.
But those Lings, wow, those are actually headed for the main. Wow. Are those going to get there before that cannon finishes? That could actually be a big deal.
Looks like we're going to be ready for it.
They can get a surround on that cannon.
Let's see. I was going to put
second
another
cannon in the mineral line.
That should be enough to secure things. Ooh, but it's super close, and the emergency wall off happening here with the blocking probes.
Blocking probes will allow it to finish.
Very nice.
So actually no probes lost for Awe. That was pretty good by him. And at the same time, that means that this is going to be even more delayed, this hatch going down. Did we see a Roach Horn go down in the main? No, we didn't. Just a second queen to spend those minerals. But drone's going back on gas. So we'll have to see what comes of this. We could see like a delayed 2-base all-in. My variance of this, of course, is to go 14-14 and then scare the probe off with my Lings, throw down a Roach Horn, and then just pool minerals and gas until I have enough to make, well, make 2 sets of 4 roaches, basically, and then push with 8 roaches. It is what Leenock did against Naniwa, like 5 times in a row at MLG to win.
Zerglings are in there, but you can see the blocking probes there.
And a Zealot out now.
And that should stabilize the mineral line. What's going down? What's going on down at that gold base there?
We just have a proxy pylon going down. So,
okay.
I mean that isn't too surprising.
Right.
When you have a probe for map vision, usually you see the proxy pylon go down like here, or here, you know, or somewhere like here, just to or in this corner as well. Just one of those like kind of unused corners, but like everyone proxies there, so like all the Zergs check as they should. Roach Horn on the way. This just might be a delayed 2-base all in out of Noxn. the 2-base play against the 2-base Protoss is actually like super scary. Like you don't want to do that because it's a really good way to just lose the game. Unless you're going for a tech unit like 2-base Muta against Protoss and do a double expand. That's pretty good. But just flat out 2-base for 2-base play can get real scary real fast. A bit of oversaturation of drones at that base. Undersaturation there. Looks like a robotics and 3 more gates on the way. Warp gate gonna finish up pretty shortly. Probably lining up with that going down. We'll have to see. We are starting to get some roaches out. You don't really need to make roaches this soon against an FFE. Even for that one zealot poke, you don't really have to start making roaches until about 8 minutes.
+1 to attack, about to finish for the Protoss. Meanwhile, it looks like about 10 roaches going to move out. See what kind of damage they can do at the front here. See if there's any Ling follow-up. 16 Lings going to follow this roach push up. So it should be a pretty decent little roach Ling pop. You can see it's been spotted by that pylon, though. So Awe knows exactly what's coming right now.
And Warp Gate is finished. So this cannon is going to go down pretty quickly. Not really a whole lot Awe can do about that. And the Forge is going to fall as well.
Yeah, it's totally going down.
A lot of Lings streaming in. Awe should be able to hold this with good force fields, but he's going to need to be careful.
Ooh, focusing the sentries, focus the sentries. No, not going to be able to focus the sentries, but a lot of unit producing structures under siege right now. One gateway going to go down at the front as well.
Good force field. That's what you need to do. You got to have them good force fields. Probes are going to be under fire here, and he needs to force field there to keep this cannon from going down.
Ooh,
he doesn't get it down.
And now it's big trouble here for these probes that are close.
This is actually huge trouble for Awe because he has lost the cover into his main. And if there's a huge Zergling follow-up to this, he needs to have better force fields. Immortal, though, is out. That's going to help him stabilize a lot. He threw down 2 additional gates, but that got spotted by the Roach. So we're back up to 5 gates plus Robo.
And just enough Protoss units there to hold off this Roach aggression, it seems.
Still needs to be careful, though. More Roaches, more Lings are streaming in. And where are the force fields? Lings getting into the main. Still not a force field here through the middle.
Yeah, Ling's up in the main mineral line too, addition to this. And
forcing him
big
to
trouble.
spend, and I think he's just target fighting the Nexus, and I think this Nexus
boy.
is going to fall down.
It's going.
Those Roaches are just going to kill off that Nexus.
And leave, right?
They
That's all you need to do, right?
Kill off the Nexus, leave, take a 3rd base. Look at this.
Yeah.
Noxn playing really well so far.
Yeah. Not focusing the Immortals, though. Focusing down the Sentries, it seems, with the Roaches.
Sentry's a great choice to focus down. Only got 3 of them, though. And didn't go for the rest. But the danger here is the counter push. If, you know, if Awe has really good force fields when he pushes into this, he might actually just win the game right here because Noxn has got caught at a point where she just doesn't have a lot of units right now. She spent a lot of them on that attack. Just doesn't have a big force, and that is still a very scary army, especially with all those sentries in it.
Supply block, though, for Awe as that pylon went down. He's going to have to free up some supply here in this battle. It looks like the Malachi crunch happening here with the Zerglings from the rear. And lots of Protoss units under siege right now. That's a lot of Roaches.
And
probably
that actually
enough
bought enough time for these spines to finish, so
yeah.
Noxn is fine at this point. We didn't see a force field go down on the ramp, which basically ensured that reinforcements could show up. And Noxn in a commanding position right now. This game is hers to lose, despite being at a supply disadvantage.
What would you do here? Would you drone hard, or would you balanced?
I mean,
Drone unit,
I think
drone unit, or what would you do?
As soon as I scouted this, you know, you can't ignore this force, right? And this pushing distance to the top is actually like really, really short. So that's kind of a scary thing to deal with. I'm actually curious. Noxn, does she have? She only has 34 drones.
Yeah, that's my thing, man.
So I think you have to drone hard at this point. I'm actually not sure how she only has that many drones. So on that information, Awe is at an advantage.
Yeah, he's not looking too shabby knowing that there's such a small drone count out there. Oh, boy.
Absolutely. And
Here comes his force too, and that's big, man. That's 4 immortals.
Well,
in that
I mean,
group.
when you have enough probes to produce whatever units you want, great force field finally going down for Aw. He's gonna clean up all those roaches, and Noxn cannot be feeling good about this.
Supply way different now, 75 to 108 here.
Yeah, Noxn needs to pull back to behind these spine crawlers and make sure that she engages with the spines. A lot of zealots now in this force to deal with the heavy link count. Trying to get surrounded on that. I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
Boy, a lot of damage being dealt here, though, and the zealot count getting a little bit low, but I think you're right, Gwin. All those immortals are still up, and look at those spine crawlers going down so fast. Queen melting super fast as well, and the
Well
GG
played. The GG
coming out from Noxn. We'll move on
to the finals.
for a
Wow.
finals appearance, contrary to a lot of the predictions out there in chatland.
Yeah, what were the predictions?
Just a couple of Noxn lovers out there.
Oh.